Today is particularly significant because it is just a few hours, just the morning after the senior general who led the coup took to the airwaves for the first time to sort of insist that the military was there to stay, but was a force for good, and that the orders came down that not more than 5 people should gather in any one place. Well, that's, immediately this next morning, Tuesday morning, people have been out on the streets again, and there are now these indications that the military, some riot police, which are part of the military, are starting to move in. So far, it has seemed like the security forces have slightly held back. They've obviously kind of wanted to avoid confrontation, but the protesters are not backing down. They, even despite the fact that sort of Facebook and Twitter have been cut off, they're circulating news, and these protests have spread right across the country. That must be what is so worrying for the military. It's not just Yangon and the second city, Mandalay. We're getting reports of it from ethnic communities far up in northern Burma, right down through the Central Plains, down to the Andaman Sea. So they have a nationwide protest, which many people are calling a nationwide uprising on their hands. The protesters are making very clear, by coming out today, that they are not going to be intimidated by orders and instructions coming down from the military. The military, they ruled this country for nearly 50 years before handing back to a partial form of democracy. They've got a track record of going in and killing unarmed protesters in the past. And the general who gave the speech last night, Min Aung Hlaing, he's determined to lead this country. He's got a great animosity towards Aung San Suu Kyi, the National League for Democracy leader, and he has got no intention of handing back power back to her. So it's just very difficult to see how the military can try and control this without, unfortunately, them resorting to force. They've got a track record of it. They've done it before, and people are very afraid they'll do it again. I guess, the hope of the protesters is that international attention will mean that this time round the military is more aware of the possible repercussions of going in hard compared to 15 years ago or 30 years ago. But nonetheless, it's two forces here, the armed forces and the people, and there isn't much sign of compromise at the moment.